the new standard in performance and safety. At $35,490 fully equipped and 7-year warranty, the all-new MG HS is value you've never seen before.
Anthony Drmic, welcome to Gibbo Goes One-on-One, driven by MG. And what a day, mate. Free agency for the NBL has just opened up and the headline act is now live on my podcast. How's it, mate, to officially be, announced as a Brisbane Bullet?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's been a long couple of months, with the coronavirus stuff happening. Free agency was delayed a couple times, which was a little annoying, but just happy to get that signed and ready to get over there and get started.
Obviously, get to go back and play with some old teammates, some old mates. Have you talked much to the club, obviously, about a role and where you think you'll fit in with that group and, how you think your role will be?
Yeah, I've talked to all the coaching staff, talked to a bunch of the players already. As far as role, everyone knows that Glidden's going to be moving on. I guess it kind of just depends on the imports and who's coming in. But, that 2-3 spot, hopefully I can go in there and, show them what I can do on the court and whether it's a starting role or off the bench as an impact player, I'm ready to do whatever needs to be done to get wins. So I'm just excited to get over there.
Obviously, it's a big day for the NBL. I was at training. I was checking all the the updates and stuff. Do you kind of get into that stuff, or are you kind of just happy with your own media stuff and you just kind of move on? Like I like seeing who's signing where, and it's a bit of excitement for the NBL in such a time in the world right now. Yeah,
I haven't even been able to look at my own stuff yet. I've been working out pretty much all day. I just got back from Pilates. So I'm going to and then now I've just jumped on with the podcast with you. So as soon as I'm done with this, I'll have a look. But I did see Melbourne pick up Jack White, which I think that's a huge get. The stuff he's done over in college, I think he'll be a huge piece for them. But and New Zealand, the front court at New Zealand looks pretty disgusting. So if they can get back Scotty Hobson as well, they'll definitely be a force.
Yeah, I noticed on your Instagram and a bit of a thing to talk about, but with what's gone on in the world, obviously with the coronavirus, the racial stuff and the Black Lives Matter and online bullying, obviously there's idiots that sit behind a keyboard and type absolute nonsense that are probably people that have fake accounts. But do you ever think like this is going to end? Like Patty Mills is doing a great job with the We Got You stuff. But the online bullying, it's a real thing. Like you said on your Instagram, it doesn't affect you, but because you can handle it, but a lot of people can't, and they kind of take that stuff to heart. Like, are these idiots ever going to learn?
It blows my mind. It's something I've actually, since I was at college up until now, so 10 years, I always try and put myself in their shoes and think what satisfaction do people get out of it? And it still blows my mind. Like, I guess I touched on it a little bit on the Instagram story. It's kind of their way of, feeling like they're a part of something or, I don't know. It's so tough to really to put into words because I try and put myself in their shoes, but I just don't get it. And like I said, for me, a minuscule part, like compared to what's going on in the world. But it's always interesting to see the people that come out, call them the basement dwellers, that come out and got something to say. But it is what it is. That's the world we live in, I guess.
I think it's crazy. Like the stuff, obviously Patty Mills is a great mate, and the stuff they've started with the We Got You. I mean, I look at guys like, I'm sure you've seen Eddie Betts at Adelaide 36ers games that always copying, stuff online. It's just like, this guy's one of the nicest guys.
I know. Oh.
It's just some idiot like tweeting stupid to him that just doesn't make any sense.
It's always the nicest guys as well that cop the most. It just doesn't make sense. Like one for me that people always like to have a crack at is Teasy, and he's had a 10-year professional basketball career. So obviously he's doing something right on and off the court, and there's always people ready there to have a dig. And there's a lot of people who are strong enough to just take it on the chin and whatever and just move on. But, you don't know who you're talking to. And some people might be going on, some people might have other stuff going on in their life. And then, it's just shit they don't need to be dealing with. So I don't know, man.
Hopefully we can stamp that out. You're wearing the Boise State beanie. You went to AIS like many of my guests have, all young athletes in Australia, and then obviously to Boise State. You were there for 5 years. How was your time in Boise?
Oh, loved it. For me, the college experience was awesome up until that last year before I got injured, and then I had surgery, which was messed up. Another story for another day. But it was good. Basketball-wise, it was good for me. I went over. There was my year coming in. There was 8 freshmen. As you would know, like going through the junior process as an Aussie, you kind of like you've already played in front of crowds, you've traveled, you're at the AIS where you're waking up, you go to school, and you got the workouts, you've got 2 or 3 workouts a day, you've got study hall, and a lot of the American kids aren't used to that yet, whereas the Aussies are. So me going in, it was seamless fitting in, and that stood out to the coaches and it helped me. I think my freshman year I was playing 30 minutes a game. So for me, it was a really good experience. It helped me in my basketball career. I went over there, all I did was shoot threes, and now I can drive and get to the basket, finish and all that. So yeah, it was really good.
Was the injury the reason why you were there for 5 years? Typically it's a 4-year kind of thing. Was that part of why it ended up being a 5-year stint?
Yeah. So the start of my first attempt at a senior season, I'd been having ankle issues my entire career, and then I actually broke a bone in my back. I was like, I'm done. Let me get my ankle surgery, get it all sorted. Did that. Surgery didn't go as planned. Ended up with nerve damage in my leg, but yeah, that's kind of the story, I guess.
It must be. I mean, obviously leading a team to 2 NCAA tournaments, and then to be the second leading scorer all time at the college. That must be pretty cool to have that kind of title, I guess. Moving on.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was the leading 3-point scorer until this year. Someone took that from me, but yeah, the whole experience was amazing. I wouldn't have traded it for anything, honestly. The city of Boise where I was amazing too. It was super small and community driven, and perfect for me. I don't need big city life, so it was good for me.
Now, obviously, your brother Frank has had an unbelievable basketball career. Like, what a way to grow up watching an older brother be a star in the NBL, play overseas. I'm assuming he was a role model for you growing up. Obviously, a fair bit older, but were you able to watch him play? And do you have any kind of memories of games or anything that stands out for you, kind of growing up?
For sure. Yeah, he's the reason I played basketball. Honestly, as soon as I was 4 or 5, I was dribbling the basketball around, saying all I want to do is play basketball. So he was a huge role model for me. Some of the games, all the NBL stuff. One of the games that was the biggest was, I think it was under 23s. I don't think it's anymore. Team? Yeah. The Oz team, where Trahair hit the 3 or whatever against that. For me, I was so young, but like I remember that, and that was one of the moments where like it stuck with me, and kind of gave me that driving force to continue to work and get better at basketball.
Well, I think that's one of the few times that Australia's won a championship, an international championship. That was, I've watched that old tape of all the old players playing in that, Sammy Mack and whatnot.
Sammy Mack, yeah, that was so good.
Is that the number 22? Is there a reason behind why he had it and why obviously I'm assuming you have it because of your older brother and whatnot, but is there a reason behind the number 22?
So I think originally he wanted 11 from what he told me, but then I don't know, he just went 11, 22. And then he went with that. And then for me, I always wore 7, and I don't know why. And then college, I had 3 because you couldn't have 22. And then coming back to the NBL, I kind of thought it'd be pretty cool to wear the same number as him. And then this year, so for Brisbane, I was going to wear 22, but it's retired. So I'm going to go back to the number 3.
Ronnie Ratliff.
Yeah.
Great 3-point shooter, the Rat.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you ask him, he would actually let you use that. Growing up, like, did you feel, you don't seem like someone that takes a lot of pressure on, like, you take bumps as they come, but was there a lot of pressure kind of coming up? Like you kind of followed his pathway, the AAS, NBL. Was there kind of pressure that you felt yourself being the younger brother of a kind of a star of the NBL and whatnot?
No, honestly, early on I didn't. It was weird for me growing up. Like I just like playing a bunch of different sports, and it was just, basketball was just one of those things. It was just easy for me. Like as bad as that sounds, I was just able to play at a pretty good level, high level. I still put the work in, but maybe not as much as I could have or should have. So it was, the pressure. I didn't really feel pressure when I was younger. Honestly, the first time I felt it was coming back from the injury from college and then coming back and playing in the NBL. And I remember playing in one of the first practice games going, okay, this is the real deal. There's men that play in this league. Like you got to get your shit together. You got to start performing and, get this injury all fixed up or else you're going to be out the league real quick. So that's why that first year I felt like I struggled to begin with, and then I kind of created my own little role within the team. You know how Joey loves crazy people running around fighting people. So that's kind of the role. As soon as I subbed in, I just said, I'm just going to get 3 rebounds and I'm going to get in someone's face. So, and then, yeah, kind of, the last 2 years, I'd say I've gotten back to, balling the way I used to, especially last year, attacking the rim and doing all that.
I was going to move on to your family, but we'll stick with the basketball side. So people wouldn't know this, right? So you mentioned about the ankle injury and whatnot coming from Boise, but your first kind of, and Mitch has kind of told me this, your first kind of start of your Adelaide 36ers career was kind of hampered because of this messed up ankle surgery and injury. And anyone that knows that's played professional sport knows that if you're injured in any way, you're behind the 8 ball. And you said coming from playing kids to playing to men, that's hard enough as it is, let alone being on 1 foot. So you went through a massive ankle issue that obviously slowed you down, and that took a while before you could get started. So when these idiots are like, oh, Drmic's not that good or he's not playing well, there's probably a reason why. Talk to that whole kind of injury and you start to, I guess, your pro career.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the ankle surgery that I had, the actual ankle part was fine. But what they do, I don't know why they did this. I've asked 10 different surgeons in Australia. They don't do this anymore. They use the nerve block and they put that in my knee, and it's literally just for pain. It's not for anything else. And that's crazy. Like I'll take 2 days of pain to not have the risk of getting a career-ending injury. But so anyway, they put it in. They struck a nerve. Essentially, I could feel, but I couldn't really. I had no strength. They did a test. I had 10% of the strength in my left calf compared to my right, and that's my jumping leg. So 8 months, I couldn't even move my big toe. It was crazy. I thought I wasn't going to play again. And then the way that it heals, they said it heals an inch a month. And, from your knee to the top of your toe, you're looking at 2-3 years, man. So, I was fortunate enough. Joey still, he believed in me. He still offered me a contract. It was tough. Yeah. Coming over that first season was really, really tough for me. The way I talked about on Instagram, saying it doesn't affect me when people talk shit on social media. That first year definitely did. You can ask the missus. I was reading websites, SA Hoops. I was on SA Hoops reading that, going, oh no, what and it plays with you mentally. And then that's why I say this last season especially, I really kind of let that go, and I felt like my body was as close to 100% as possible, and I felt quick, I felt fast, and it kind of felt like the old me.
I will talk about your roommate in a minute, but I understand you also switched to a vegan diet halfway through, or at some point of last season. And I mean, you had a massive turn, whatever it was, whether it was opportunity, whether it was your diet or whatever. But your second half of the season was amazing. Was that? You think that was the vegan diet, or just a small part of helping you feel better and play better?
I think it helped. It was. I don't know what. We watched that documentary like everyone did, but we didn't do it for a environmental reason or anything. I just wanted to see if it would make me feel better, and it did. It's things like even just eating dairy, the meat side. Right now, I'd say I'm 90% vegan. I'll still have meat every now and then, but I've cut out as much dairy as possible, and it for sure makes me feel better. I don't think anyone needs to be drinking dairy, because it doesn't really provide any benefits to your body. So did that, felt lighter, felt quicker. I did lose a bit of weight, which is something I've been working on. But no, it was good.
Was you said you're knocked down, you're a 3-point shooter at college. You've obviously added a lot more to your game now since. Is that just working with? I know Joey's really good at working with individuals and adding stuff to their game. Was there a focus you kind of had yourself? You wanted to be better off the dribble, or that's something just kind of happened naturally as you got older?
I think it just strength was the big one. I noticed that first season, attacking the rim, I could kind of get by people, but then as soon as you get that shoulder to shoulder, I just, I wouldn't have that strength to finish over people. And just kept building that strength. Working when you're with Joey, you're going to be working hard. So working with him, and then again, I go back to it, but confidence is a huge one for me. And just talking to people that are close to me, and listening to them about, just going in with a focus and not worrying about outside noise, or just believing in yourself, because that was the big one. And I'll bring it up again. But the injury, that was a big one for me, just getting that confidence back after that. So.
Well, especially being a young kid coming straight from college, coming basically out of college, playing against men for the first time, also dealing with an ankle, and then you got all these. Because Adelaide's, it's unbelievable when you're winning games.
Yeah.
When you win games, that crowd is elite, like one of the best you could play in front of. When it's on the other side, it's like you hear the moans and the grunts and all that stuff. But yeah, obviously you had a lot of good times in Adelaide as well. You have any kind of moments on court that kind of stick out? Obviously, you guys made the finals. Some big games, but
it's great. The one moment that I can really remember, I wasn't even involved. It was DJ hitting corner 3 against Melbourne in game 4, and the crowd. That was the loudest I'd ever heard Titanium go off. It was another level, man, and that was a special. I mean, obviously we didn't get it done. We didn't win the chip, but being involved in that was something that was special and something I definitely want to get back to. So. Hopefully this year.
Hopefully not. Hopefully, hopefully the Phoenix are a little one step ahead. As we know, as athletes, when we go on the road, we have roommates. I understand you tried to switch roommates at some point and got found out by your assistant coach, KB, and had to bribe him with a bottle of wine. So you didn't pass that on to Joey. Was that... Tell me about that little incident.
Oh my God, KB. And then he snitched on us anyway, so it didn't even matter. Yeah, I mean, it was weird because Joey's never really done roommates. So, while I've been there, he kind of just lets people do whatever they want. And then this year he tried to impose something and I was like, nah, and I had to do my streaming stuff. I didn't want to have a roommate going, what is this guy doing? With Jack, it would have been easy. He just sits there. So, we definitely bribed KB, but we got found out anyway. So,
a trip to America. I'm assuming it was with Adelaide or with Jack. Believe you're pretty late to the flight. Almost missed your trip to America.
Where do you get this info?
I've got some reliable.
Nah. Who you mean to?
Huh? He's probably in the other room, but tell me about the it's tough. You got to prepare and get there early to flights, but almost missed the flight.
I honestly don't even know how. I looked at the itinerary, saw the time, calculated I need to wake up an hour before that. And that's what I thought I did, but I set the alarm for when the flight was taken off. So, and the missus, was the missus home? No, I think she was. So I called Jack. I'm like, you have to pick me up right now. We have to, this is not good, bro. Like if we miss this flight, and the rule with fines with Joey, you just got to pay for whatever you miss. So you got to pay for your flight. You got to pay if you miss the practice. You got to pay for all these figures just started running through my head. But lucky we got there. I think it ended up being delayed. So that's how we ended up making it. But thank God.
You mentioned Jenna, your wife. You guys, obviously COVID's killed a lot of life. You guys had a quiet little wedding. Obviously you had a bigger one planned. Low-key wedding. How did that go down?
No, it was really good. I'm super happy we got it done. The missus was kind of crying for about a week after we cancelled it. So I thought, look, let's just, we had a chat and I was like, do you just want to get this done? And she's like, yes, I just want to actually be married. So we got married at the Botanic Gardens here in Adelaide. It was beautiful. The guy who actually used to do the Sixers media stuff, he came down and they did a little video and some photos and stuff. So it was got all those professional photos, and that's all the women want anyways, those photos for after. So that was beautiful. But yeah, it was a nice little day.
And you have two golden retrievers, Owen and Lily. Now, do you have a favorite?
That's tough.
I know the wife's dog crazy like we are, but do you have a favorite?
No favorites. I love them both for different reasons. Owen, the older golden now, he's 7. He's less annoying now. He's more chill. He's good to cuddle with, less needy. Whereas we got the new one, the 1-year-old, who's just doesn't shut up, walks around the house, wakes us up at 5 a.m. But, when you take her out to the park, she's more energetic, more fun to throw the ball around with and stuff. So love them both for different reasons.
The NBL, we've got quite a little dog community. You guys, us, Sobes, Kadee, a few of us. Tash, who's a Cairns Taipans fan, like through and through.
Yep.
Harley and me dog treats online. supplies
Unbelievable.
some of the best treats the dogs could ever, like birthday cakes. Like, how good is it receiving a pack for the dogs and just hooking into treats?
Yes. Everyone needs to go hit that up right now because they are some really good treats. They get the little nameplates for each dog's birthday. So definitely
Now,
hit it
you
up.
have a Croatian passport. Have you considered going and playing over there? Obviously, you'll be a local, like something pretty special to have, and it's awesome to have that. Is that something you've thought about?
Yeah, I thought about it. Honestly, after the States, I just wanted to come home. I really just wanted to come home and just live in Australia for a while. And now that I've been living here, I kind of really love it. So I don't want to leave. I've considered doing a couple off seasons. I was going to go this year. Thank God I didn't because Corona happened anyway. But if I have a good enough year next season, I'll definitely consider going over again, depending, again, timing with the seat. Who knows what's going on. But I'm definitely going to aim to go over for at least one off season. But yeah, we'll see.
Now, most of my, pretty much all my, whatever I've got here today has come from Jack McVeigh. He's been unbelievable with providing me with a lot of information. Now, obviously, you guys have been pretty tight, roommates, mates, teammates. It's going to be a sad day to leave the house and separate from your homie.
Yeah, sad days. It's funny. Usually people like Jack, I'm really annoyed about. Like, I can't stand. But you know how there's this people who are really positive, but it's fake. You know, there's people that are super positive, but you know that it's not real. When I tell you this man is not being fake, it doesn't make sense. It's not physically possible to be that positive all the time, but he somehow is. And then anyone that knows me knows I'm the half glass empty guy. I'm the negative guy. So we're kind of like the same, but like opposites at the same time. But yeah, it'll be sad. It'll be good for him, obviously, you know, depending on who Adelaide round out their team with. You know, there'll be a big opportunity for him to play at that 2 and 3 spot, or the 4, as he hates playing the 4, but at the 4. So yeah, exciting times for him as well.
My last topic or thing I'm going to talk about is you've been playing, you know, streaming gaming online. I think you said 15 years you've been playing online gaming.
Forever.
You've obviously, I don't know, how long have you been Twitch streaming for?
On and off. So I started in college, believe it or not, but that was when gaming wasn't cool. So like I kept it on the down low, you know, I didn't tweet it out or anything. I just did it secretly. And then started up again when I got back to Australia. And then really just this last year, I'm like hit it hard again. And then obviously got that opportunity with one of the esports teams, Mind Freak. I signed with them as a content creator. So I've been making some stuff for them and just streaming. But yeah, now I regret not hitting it hard 7 years ago when I started. But, you know, I was a bit younger. I was a bit nervous. You know, gaming wasn't like it is now. Now it's, you know, in school back then, like it wasn't cool to really game. You know, if you played a little bit, whatever. But yeah. And then now, if you're not in like a Fortnite squad or like a COD squad, like you're a nobody. Like it's just, it blows my mind that it's just flip-flopped around. So
it's big time now, right? Like I watch guys online that have like 10 million followers, and
it's
like,
crazy.
Is this something, like, I know basketball is probably not your number one love. Like I know you love other things as well. Is this something you can see yourself doing? I mean, I'm sure you would love to, but
yeah.
Is this something you're kind of aiming for in the next 5 to 10 years to be a full-time online streamer?
That would be amazing. Realistically, it's tough unless you're really, really, really good at the game, or you've built a following already from like 7 years ago.
Yeah,
or you're entertaining, which I'm still working on. It's hard to make a living from streaming, but I definitely want to work in that industry. I don't know what that is. I'm still working that out, but something in the esports industry, I definitely want to. I want to be a part of that culture and a part of that side. So that's kind of the plan.
you've been you've invited a bunch of NBL guys into Fortnite stream with. I think it's been cool. The giveaways you've been given to the fans and people that tune in, I think it's been awesome. That's obviously been a lot of fun for you. Like, is there anyone more annoying than Harry Froling when it comes to online Fortnite gaming and streaming? But I had to get one back to him. But...
Yeah, look, Froles will sit in my well, first he begged me for 5 weeks to get on the show, and we let him on. But when he's not on the show, he just sits in my chat and just starts fights with the other 8 to 12-year-olds. It blows my mind. But nah, he's good fun. He's good fun.
And you've got your merchandise here. I'm assuming you're trying to sell and get out there. I'm not sure what that link was. I know you're, if anyone's watching, there it is right there. I know your Twitch is twitch.tv/DRMdog/. For anyone that wants to watch, it's actually a good view, but you're obviously trying to get your merch out there as well.
It's the shop's closed right now, but I think we're going to open it up again on Friday. So there'll be some stuff in there. Trying to get beanies, but I need enough people to buy the beanies for like me to, I don't want to just buy 100 beanies and then have them sitting in my house and then scratching my head what to do with them. But we'll see. There'll be a few things on there, probably Friday or next week.
Love it, mate. Like I said before, appreciate you jumping online and having a chat. Once again, congratulations on that 2+1 deal in Brisbane. Great place to live, great place to play. I'm sure you'll have a ball up there, mate. And yeah, hopefully it all goes well for you, and hopefully we see you in the finals and the Phoenix can get you in 5. But mate, thanks for jumping online. I really appreciate it.
No worries, mate. Thanks for having me.